We are reading Cody and the Fountain of Happiness, and we are on Chapter 4, Double Surprise. Cody whipped into action. She pulled off Wyatt's exploding alien t-shirt and stretched it like a net under a trapeze. Not a moment too soon. Meow Meow slid earthward. She gave the tree one last scritch-scratch, and then her paws shot out like a supercat. Meow Meow was in the air. "Oh no!" yelled Spencer. Womp. Mew Mew scored a direct hit on Wyatt's t-shirt. She was so heavy that Cody tumbled to the ground. "Are you all right?" Spencer asked. The cat's head popped out of the t-shirt. She looked pleased, as if defying death had turned out to be fun, as she might consider doing it all over again. "She's perfectly fine," said Cody. "Are you forgetting that cats have 9 lives?" "Thanks for saving her," he said. "I better go before Grandma Grace gets worried." He held out his arms for the cat. They had just met, but Cody could already read Mew Mew's mind. The cat did not want to say adios. I'll walk you home," Cody said. Spencer's grandmother lived just around the corner on Cody's favorite street. All the houses were doubles. They had 2 of everything, side by side. 2 front doors, 2 porches, 2 mailboxes. It was like when you dribble paint on paper, fold it in half, and then open it, and ta-da! That one's Grandma Grace's house," Spencer pointed. The left side had tie-dyed curtains in the windows. Its front porch was cheery with a swing, wind chimes, and pots of flowers. On the right side, a skull and crossbone flag flew. That porch had a single rusty chair that had probably been there since dinosaurs roamed the earth. "Thanks again," Spencer said. Spencer reached for Mew Mew, but Cody held on tight. "I could hypnotize her for you," she offered, "so she won't ever run away again." Thanks anyway," he said. Cody handed the cat over. Mew Mew gave a heartbroken cry. It was a cat for, "I'll miss you so bad." Cody watched Spencer and Mew Mew climb the front steps. It was no use hoping he'd open the door on the right side. Anyone could tell he wasn't the type to have a pirate grandmother. Still, as Cody turned away, lonesomeness threw its heavy arm across her shoulders. Just a little while ago, she hadn't even known that Spencer and Mew Mew existed, and now she missed them. In this life, there are many surprises, and not all of them are good. "Cody!" yelled a voice. "Where are you?" Wyatt came around the corner, wearing socks but no shoes. His eyes bulged in a googly, not especially attractive type of way. "You!" She waved her arms over her head. "Over here, amigo!" Wyatt marched into the street without looking both ways. This was an enormous mistake because he could have been hit by a car. Instead, he got hit by something almost as deadly. Peyton Underwood on her bike. "Eek!" Peyton screamed. The next thing you knew, they were down in a tangle of 4 arms, 4 legs, and 2 spinning wheels. If this was a movie, they'd stand up and brush each other off. They'd laugh and make swoony eyes. And music, please. Kissing time. But in real life, Peyton jumped to her feet and yanked Wyatt to his. His hair stood up like he was in the middle of a private hurricane. "You should watch where you're going, Wyatt." Peyton tossed her own silky hair. "Also, I suggest you try this new invention called shoes." Peyton jumped on her bike and rode away. Wyatt stared. "She's so dumb," Cody cried. "She didn't even ask if you were okay." She felt his arm and leg bones. "Are you okay, Wyatt?" Her brother looked at her just as a balloon fills with air, then suddenly pops, so did drooping Wyatt become exploding Wyatt. "You left the house without telling me." "I was on a rescue mission," Cody pointed across the street. "You see that cat? Your t-shirt saved her life. If not for you, let's go home. Wyatt spun around and then started hopping on one sock foot. Ow, ow. See what you did now? Cody knew that particular rock being there at that particular moment was not her fault. But inside her, a wise voice whispered, "Don't argue it this time." So she waved goodbye to Spencer and Mew Mew. Spencer waved back, and then he took Mew Mew's paw and made her wave too. Aw, that was so nice. Cody caught up to Wyatt, who was limping. "Lean on me," she said, taking his arm. "I promised Mom I'd take care of you." In reply, Wyatt put her in his famous escape-proof headlock. As anyone with a big brother knows, this is what they do when they really, truly, in their heart of hearts, want to give you a hug. That's where we're going to stop for today.